Okay, YouTube, we're back with another video, and as you can see from the thumbnail and the title, you can clearly see that we are back with another reaction video. Now, we are doing this in the same timeline as the other videos that I have recorded, but this is, we're doing another reaction video. And now this one is Why No One Respects Packgod Anymore by Ryan Picture. Shout out to him. And but I have nothing else to say. Anyway, let's get straight into this video. But yeah, we are streaming on Twitch, by the way. Make sure to go follow me on the Twitch. aboogie414 is the Twitch. So make sure to go follow. But let's get straight into this video. Hold up. Alright, let's get started.
From going viral as a king of roasts
Why no one respects
to losing
Packgod
respect
anymore.
of his own audience, we'll be exploring how
I have to be
Packgod's
honest.
toxic empire
Everyone used to love Packgod back then, but I hated him.
Those same tactics against him.
I feel like
Packgod,
it got to the point where he would just be you would see people. I don't know why I paused the video so early, but you would see people getting roasted by him, and you could tell that they don't even care because no one could comprehend the words that were coming out of this man's mouth. This middle-aged, I heard he was this middle-aged 5'1" dude. Nah, he's not even middle. He's this young age 5'1" guy behind the screen is just yapping, doing all that, and it's no one can even comprehend the words that are coming out of his mouth. So I feel like if I got roasted by him, I wouldn't even be mad. I would just be confused.
Rapid fire insults, which became a viral sensation through platforms like YouTube and TikTok. It's basically just yelling into the mic to see whoever is the loudest in the room.
I do not know why you talking when you got a Decepticon going your nostril, bro. Come on, boy. If you don't get your tangerine, Mr. Clean, can I get a jelly bean? You're in Stain Rusty Drain, Destiny 2 DLC campaign.
But you might even describe Packgod's content as middle school roasts that make absolutely zero sense.
Yeah, they really
His roasting format was extremely consistent. He dropped
his
a variety
format
of loud,
is
nonsensical
so weird.
insults directed towards
he would just be in random Discord calls just roasting people, bro.
As their brains are assaulted by random nonsense and occasionally ear damage due to his loud screaming.
Although I have to say, some of the Packgod roasts, they would be kind of not saying that they were.
JJ Alatunje when you fight Jake, maybe someday forehead long like a runway, switching up my floors like the wet beans in a Call of Duty gun game. Ready talent show, trying to find your talent for hits to come.
This formula somehow propelled him to over 5 million subscribers in just under 2 years after
and I guarantee you, sorry for the pause again, I guarantee you, there's a lot of people that were famous back then, like Packgod, to the point where they got 5 million subscribers. But I guarantee you, right now, I could be subscribed to Packgod and I wouldn't know it. I genuinely could be subscribed to Packgod and I wouldn't know it. And I think that's why some people are confused when people that aren't popular anymore have so many subscribers or followers or something. I think that's why they get so confused, because I guarantee you half of the people that are subscribed to Packgod right now, I guarantee you a good half of his people probably don't even know that they're subscribed to him. I guarantee you that.
2022, with a huge fan base that hyped up anything he did. Packgod is the only person with such talent and power to be able to put Gordon Ramsay's roast to shame. The thing I love most about Packgod is his ability to somehow make each video better than the last. Truly one of the best creators of this generation. But his most viral moments came from targeting controversial figures like Sneeko and EDP445. Watch how Packgod's quote roasting of Sneeko was really just piggybacking off a bigger creator's notoriety, screaming random insults while Sneeko just sits there, probably wondering
I feel like Packgod's stuff. If I got roasted by Packgod, I would also be confused. And I feel like it would be humorous because I feel like everyone knows that it's kind of a joke. His stuff isn't meant to put you in tears and have you crying on your bed for hours. It's more so to have you confused, kind of humiliated, but kind of humorous at the, I don't know how to describe it, but kind of nah, let me continue. I'm pausing this video too.
How about dumbass boy, you ugly shut your ugly ass up, boy. In the dude in the back, you look like a suicide girl from Halo 3. Your ass ugly boy. Hey yo, EDP, your ridiculous pants. Tell me why your ears are in the nether, your eyebrows are on max brightness, and your neck is an incognito mode, boy. You like the Muffin Man's drug dealer, boy. You got a level 6 diglet sticking out the top of your head, boy.
What made Packgod's content particularly concerning,
and is it just me, or did
Packgod
change his entire voice? Oh my goodness, I'm sorry for pausing again, but did he change his entire voice at some point? Because I always thought Packgod was black. I think it's because of the way his voice was deep. But then later on, I started hearing Packgod's voice like Leslie deepen, and then it turned out that Packgod turned out to be like a 5'1", 20-year-old like man that probably looked uglier than the people he was roasting.
But how it actively encouraged
not being
mob
rude.
behavior. Viewers weren't just laughing at his targets, they encouraged him to harass them further. This pattern of toxic behavior would become Packgod's signature and ultimately his downfall. And by mid-2024, the cracks in Packgod's empire were beginning to show. But the real catastrophe did not start with his cringe content, it started with the person who helped him build his channel from the ground up.
Oh
It began
yeah,
with what fans
him.
now refer to as the leg betrayal in 2022. They met in 2020, and after 2 years of a seemingly successful partnership, the avalanche started when Leg suddenly revoked Packgod's access to their joint channels, social accounts, and revenue streams without any warning.
Blocked my number, removed me as a friend on Discord, and deplatformed me from every single account.
Is that how Packgod
You changed
looks
the
like?
password on the Instagram and kicked me off it. You changed the password on our Twitter and kicked me off it. You changed the password on our South.
That is a crazy move, and he ended up being more successful than you are today. Where did he go? Where did Legs
Changed
go?
the password on our Spotify.
And if that wasn't bad enough, Leg even took every single
Leg.
cent of revenue along with him.
Spotify, in which you're getting paid every single month for the music that I made, and you kicked me off the distro, kid. So now every single
That
month,
is
you will be getting
wild.
payments from my music and not be giving
How long have we been
one-
live for?
And all Packgod received
Almost
was
2
just
hours.
one message saying, "You will get your cut on September 1st. What followed was a messy public feud with accusations flying from both sides. It started with Packgod accusing Leg of sabotaging his business behind his back,
So at this point, Leg is offering to sell both the Void channel and the Packgod and Leg channel. This one for $75,000. So dude's just gonna sell
Bro,
both of our
people sell their channels for like
and not even
millions.
ask me.
and ghosting editors who were owed money.
Just
It's
crazy.
done. I say it's
What do
ready.
people do with the
And he
channels
goes,
afterwards, though? Do they just like
120 hours of my time?
do they
to
bit?
get,
Oh, do they like
recognition
change the
and,
brand,
like,
delete all the videos? I don't. No, I'm
videos that get
joking.
uploaded.
I'm not.
While taking away all
Sorry
the
for the
monthly
ads,
income
y'all.
from these channels.
All that I am asking in this situation is just access back to my rightful 50-50 ownership.
But Leg's response revealed something Packgod hoped would stay buried. Packgod refused to pay editors for their work. The same person
What?
crying about stolen money was allegedly stealing from his own team.
And you were never paid or credited for it.
Nope.
So you reached out to Packgod's girlfriend, and you also reached out to him, and you got no response.
Nope.
So right now, Maya and Packgod owe you $30.
Yes.
Okay.
But unfortunately for him, what started as digital drama
Okay, so
took a
basically
careful
everyone's
turn into
crying over money right now.
violence.
What I say
According
they
to
should do,
Packgod's own testimony,
give
Leg's
credit
friends
back to the
allegedly
channel,
orchestrated the
give
swatting of his
him
family home.
some of the money,
Your best friend and the
or
co-owner of your Discord
Leg can
server
pay them. I
swatted
don't know.
my family.
The feud became so well known that Packgod even released a Leg diss track that circulated widely on Spotify, targeting Leg with lyrics like, "Stop making effing excuses. For being a thieving little rat, when you scammed for those edits, how you gon' barely do work?" Which further turned their personal beef into public content. Their conflict wasn't just a private matter, it had become entertainment for millions, with drama channels producing videos like The Downfall of Leg that documented every messy detail. But despite the betrayal and loss of access to his original channels, Packgod quietly started taking over by creating new Discord and YouTube channels, gaining over 5 million subscribers
Bro,
and
we
hundreds
all-
of millions of views by 2025.
I kinda thought that the
While
Packgod diss
celebrated
tracks
his
were, like,
fresh start with
cringe.
new channels and millions of subscribers,
No, I'm not even
he
gonna
failed
say
to
this
address
story
the fundamental
because
flaw
I
in
still
his
know-
content strategy. You can't build
No,
an
I'm not
empire
even
on
gonna.
toxicity and expect it to last. Because while viewers were laughing at what appeared to be unscripted reactions, a very different reality was unfolding
Bro,
behind
I
the
have people
scenes,
that used to
one
have
that would eventually
Packgod,
catch
like,
up with Packgod in the most
Packgod,
dramatic
like,
way possible.
music, like,
Packgod's rise wasn't
Packgod
just built on
songs on their
baseless
playlist.
content. It was built on a foundation of fake authenticity and exploitation that ran far deeper than his audience realized.
I know people
While
that did
Packgod's
that.
audience believed they were watching authentic 3 a.m. chaos, one insider revealed the truth. It was filmed at 2 p.m. and was scripted. A detail that reveals just how little
What?
respect Packgod had for his audience's intelligence. Every single spontaneous roast, every random encounter were all fake. and he was making.
Are you sure they didn't just go into it and they
from this deception, according to estimates? But Packgod didn't realize he was creating a ticking time bomb. A viral video by YouTuber FlazeFire debunked his content as overly edited and artificial, revealing awkward and less impressive real interactions behind the scenes.
Well, after all of my research, I
bet it would genuinely be weird inside, like an actual like interaction with Packgod, because there is no music playing, there are no sound effects, there are no pictures. Imagine just me sitting in front of the screen, someone roasting me, just doing all this like, boy, you built like this. It's like saying it so fast that I can't even comprehend it, and it doesn't even look good because there's no editing at the time that you're doing it, and you're just yapping in front of a mic on Discord. Like,
kinda. It's complicated.
His stuff is overly edited to make it look
which is
like
to say
better.
That the fight is prearranged and the moves are all scripted and the winner is already decided.
This undermined Packgod's reputation for being a genuine king of roasting and led to a loss of trust among viewers. However, even more concerning was Packgod's deliberate targeting of vulnerable groups. When he included disclaimers in his video descriptions stating his content was, quote, made for entertainment purposes, the impact of his content told a different story, as it seemed like a move designed to avoid YouTube's anti-bullying policies.
Probably so.
But here is where things get even more complicated. Packgod often included links to his targets as social media accounts in his video descriptions. In the video The Truth About Packgod, he claimed this was actually helping these individuals by giving them exposure, like one video featuring an e-girl where he linked directly to her Discord server.
What happens, guys, is that a lot of times people either A, just after the fact come to me and they're like, hey, like, can you just plug my social medias in the videos? And I'm like, sure. Or B, they're like, the only way I'm cool with this video even staying up is if you put my social medias in the descriptions.
What?
So that's why, like, I even do that in the first place. I'm not trying to send a hate wave towards anybody.
Yo,
I haven't actually put anybody's social media in the
We should start doing this more often, streaming earlier.
But this explanation falls apart when you look at the power dynamic. A creator with millions of followers directing traffic to smaller accounts creates a flood of attention that can quickly turn toxic, especially when most of those followers are middle schoolers and have watched 10 minutes of their idol aggressively roasting that person. Whether this was exploitation disguised as promotion or genuine cross-promotion,
I wouldn't say overly edited, but because they are edited perfectly to make me enjoy them more. But like definitely from like an editing standpoint, overly edited.
But if you think fake content was bad, wait until you see what his fan base became. Because unfortunately for Packgod, his most dedicated viewers would become one of the primary reasons for his downfall. What started as an enthusiastic community quickly devolved into one of the most toxic fan bases I've ever seen. And his comment section is full of misogyny too whenever he insults a woman. By mid-2024, Packgod's fan base had become so insufferable that they themselves became targets for ridicule across social media.
Boy, you need to shut your skin tone, Google Chrome Garden, no flip phone.
Bro, those
The phrase average Packgod fan became shorthand for someone with no original thoughts, desperately trying to imitate their favorite creator's style. But
I'm not even gonna lie, one time I did get a line from Packgod and I used it around my friends as a joke, but I'm pretty sure we all basically knew that it was from Packgod. I did use a line
former fans started
because I thought it was pretty funny,
not wanting to be lumped
but
in
like it's not like I'll actually go around trying to roast people with that line.
Teenager who thinks screaming nonsensical insults means peak comedy. I used to be a Packgod meat rider a few years ago and loved anything he made. Now I realize he just throws a bunch of random stuff together and calls it a roast.
Yeah, he really does.
He's so cringe now, I regret watching him. However, the mockery extended beyond just the fan base. People began dissecting Packgod's actual content, pointing out how his once sharp roasts had devolved into
someone should take a Packgod video, remove all the editing, and just have his voice on there, like without anything. I bet that would be the cringiest video that you've ever seen in your life.
Salad. All he does is scream random things into the mic, which does not deserve 5 million subs. He always, most of the time, uses the same insults on different people.
Like, there's no way they genuinely thought his roasts were good. You can't even understand them. It'll literally just be noise.
Yeah, like
the more
what? Like no, and that's one thing that I think about Packgod. Genuinely, Packgod, what am I supposed to do when someone calls me a dirty cockroach, a moldy cabbage, an obese rabbit, like Google Chrome flip phone, like, what am I supposed to do with that information? Like, you're telling me that, and then once you stop talking and it's just both of us in the Discord call, just not even looking at each other, but just there. What am I supposed to do? That's why I feel like you always have to have a third person in the Discord call, or more than 2 people just recording that, because that's gonna be a heck of a awkward interaction, bro.
The more reasonable viewers abandoned ship. But the most powerful blow to Packgod's reputation came from his own audience, as one stream with low-tier God changed everything.
I heard you were 5'1", bro.
I don't know where you got that.
That's what I heard too. He is 5'1".
Somebody said he was 5'1".
He's my height.
No, I already told you how tall.
He's literally. He's like my height.
After this, a meme about his height being 5'1" became a shorthand way for viewers to mock him. The community that once celebrated his aggressive roasting style had turned his own tactics against him, collectively describing him as corny, cringe, and declaring that being a Packgod fan in 2025 is embarrassing. The question isn't whether Packgod's career is over, it's how he lasted this long. It's no surprise that as of May 2025, Packgod's channel sits stagnant at 5.24 million subscribers, a number that hasn't meaningfully increased in months. His Instagram and X engagement have plummeted, with most comments coming from a small but vocal group of anti-furry supporters who remain loyal despite the
I do think hearing the story that Leg took all the stuff from Packgod does make me kind of support him a little bit more.
Estimated $18,000.
But like, you guys got to think about it. At the time, Packgod at the time, that was a good thing to do. Like, I'm not hating on Packgod heavily, but like, when you really think about it, at the time you guys liked it, at the time everyone else liked it, and that's how he got all his fans, because like at the time it was a popular style of entertainment.
As the internet continues to evolve, creators who prioritize engagement through toxicity might generate short-term success, but it creates a foundation too fragile.
Oh my goodness,
bro! Proves a simple truth. When you teach an audience that harassment is content, don't act surprised when they apply those lessons to you. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably like these ones as well.
Just that video off alone, that made me almost made me almost bust down into tears. Just that little clip of Packgod's video. I didn't realize how overly edited his stuff was. When I say this, I genuinely mean it. Like, but Packgod. No, never. All right, yeah. Continue. Just continue. All right. Yeah. W video by is it Ryan Picture? Yeah, Ryan Pictures. W video by Ryan Pictures. Anyway, YouTube, that's going to be it for the video. Shout out Ryan Pictures. We are actually going to go ahead and give this video a like, because I really like it. You know, why aren't I subscribed to him too? Yeah, why aren't I subscribed to Ryan Pictures too? But yeah, shout out Ryan Pictures. Good video. I never know how to end these, but let me know what you guys think about Packgod's situation. Do you guys like him still? Did you guys like him at the time? Because I know a lot of people that did. I mean, like, he was popular at the time. We all have to have had some connection with his content. But like, without further ado, that's gonna be it for YouTube. I'll see you guys in the next video. I don't know what to say. You can like, you can subscribe, but I really don't care. But bye.